Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I'm recording this video to explain the different opportunities that are available in Rwanda. I'm going to keep it really short and sweet. And I do this because I've had many conversations with different clients and I feel like I'm repeating the same thing over and over. And I said, you know what, Kat, why not just do a video and send it to everyone who is interested, okay? And so first, we're going to talk about why Rwanda, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, just to kind of give you some facts, okay? And then we'll talk about the three main types of opportunities. And then I will also send you a some sort of sheet that kind of explains step by steps, or what it looks like to take on an opportunity. Okay, so why Rwanda? A few reasons without going too deep into everything, right? When you're doing business internationally, you're looking for a strong government who's going to have a strong judicial system, meaning that the laws are actually being enforced. Because some laws in some countries are just there for decoration. Nobody enforces them, nobody cares, and you got to know somebody who knows somebody to really do anything about the laws. And you don't want that in a country that you're looking to build wealth in and expand your investments in, right? You want a country that's going to protect your investments, that's going to have a system, right, to be able to get your investments, and also you want a country that's going to enforce the rules. The second thing is you also want a country that's got many opportunities that are available to people like yourselves, who most likely is a foreigner of some sort to that country, right? You don't want a country that has opportunities just for the elite. You don't want a country that has opportunity for those who are in government, who knows somebody who knows somebody. You don't want to be in a country where you got to pay somebody under the table and slide them a few $100,000 to get things done. You don't want that, right? I mean, can it be done? Yeah, but that's a lot of hard work. And the whole point of investing is to lighten your work, right? And to have your money do all the hard work. And so Rwanda has the combination of both. It has a strong judicial system that has laws in place, and those laws are actually enforced, right? They have attorneys, they have courts, a court system, they have several national documents, they have city documents, they have municipality documents. Something that's notarized is actually means something. They have actual land titles and so on and so forth. All right, they have a governing system for entrepreneurship, right? There's certain laws. You can't, I'll give you an example. They don't allow street vendors, so you can't just go on the street and sell something, and they actually enforce this. So that already shows you there's no plastic bags allowed in Rwanda. Because it prevents littering all over. So these are the types of laws that are in place that are actually enforced, okay? And so that gives you a glimpse into the legal system. Now, as far as opportunities, there are, in any developing country, right, there's going to be three main opportunities. There's going to be opportunity with agriculture, there's going to be opportunity with real estate and infrastructure projects, and there's going to be opportunities for you as an expert, as a skilled professional, to offer those same skills, or to be a consultant on those same skills, okay? So now let's get into specifically Rwanda. Why not Kenya or Tanzania or Ghana or South Africa? Why Rwanda? Well, as most of you are aware, right, Rwanda is known for the genocide in 1994, where there was a lot of racial divide implanted by the Belgian community, and I'm gonna keep it real, okay? All right, history books will tell you otherwise, but I'm going to give you the real. Okay, the Belgium government created a lot of racial divide, which, it is what it is. People will tell you that, oh, well, it was, you know what? Let me not get into the politics of that. Okay. All right. So we have the genocide that's like the stigma of Rwanda. And so the current government, which is the government that overthrew the people that were responsible for the genocide, they're the ones who came in and saved the day, and kind of like what El Salvador did, where they came and clean house type of thing, and they got the country, they turned the whole country around. Well, this government that's here right now is the government that did that, and they have been rebuilding the country for the past 30 years. Rwanda has reached a point where they are determined to be the Dubai or the Singapore. I think Dubai is a better example because Dubai is in the middle of a desert. Singapore is next to water, right? So it's probably not the best comparison, but Dubai is in the middle of the desert. And when you think of Dubai, you think of luxury, you think of dripping in gold, and you think of Ferraris everywhere, Lambos, you think of high rises, beautiful hotels, luxury, right? That's what Rwanda wants to be, the Wakanda of Africa, okay? And so because of that, they are targeting the high end. They're looking for luxury travel, okay? They're looking for medical tourism. So people who coming, most people know BBLs and getting the boob lifts and boob jobs and stuff like that, or dental work or whatever the case is. They want to invite medical tourism. They want to invite high-end tourism, okay? So Rwanda is known for their safaris, their gorilla trekking. There's only 2 places in the world where you can trek with gorillas, and Rwanda is one of them. So they're very well known for their safaris, but they want to take their safaris to that next level, luxurious. So they want to be dripping in luxury like Dubai, okay? And so because of that, there's a lot of infrastructure projects that are targeting that high end, that luxury market, okay? And that comes with the infrastructure of the city. We're talking clean roads, right? Obviously, if you're going to farms, if you're going into like the countryside, you're like this in the car kind of thing, but it's not like that in the whole city. Like it's a smooth ride. You have running water all the time, you have running electricity all the time, right? And so they want to invite that high-end crowd. So the infrastructure is up to par to be able to accept, not accept, to receive that crowd, okay? Also too, the location. Now, although it is a landlocked country, okay, yes, Rwanda is a landlocked country, but there are many, many, many lakes. So if you're looking for water, there's no shortage of waterfront in Rwanda. It just won't get salt water, right? You'll get mostly fresh water, okay? But the location, it is part of East Africa, the East African region. And the East African region is one of the most developed regions of Africa, right? This includes Ethiopia, this includes Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, and of course, Rwanda, okay? And so and also it's very close to Maasai land in Kenya, and Tanzania, and it's about I believe, if I'm not mistaken, an hour flight. Don't quote me on that. It's an hour flight to Kenya, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's an hour flight to Tanzania, where you will have the beach if you wanted to access the beach. Okay. And so the location of Rwanda, although it is a landlocked country, it is actually in a prime location. And it is also in a position to allow yourself to open your business or whatever it is that you plan on doing to access not only the local Rwandan market and the East African region market, but also the Middle East market. So believe it or not, Dubai is one of the biggest importers of Rwandan goods. Dubai does a lot of business with East Africa in general. So we're talking about Dubai here, high end, right? Lots of money, really big economy. And also Europe, okay? We're talking, Germany. Germany does a lot. Germany is probably one of the biggest importers of coffee from Rwanda and Ethiopia, right? We're talking Netherlands, Swiss, UK, France, the big West, the big East, everybody pretty much. And of course, we cannot forget the rest of Africa. West Africa, Nigeria is Nigeria is was it the second or third, if I'm not mistaken? It's one of the top tourists. A lot of Nigerians go to Rwanda to party, to have fun, to have weddings, to go to safaris, and so on and so forth, okay? And so you have access to a global market. Now, Kat, I didn't hear you say anything about the States. Yes, you can, if you get into some sort of exporting, or if you're creating a product, you can definitely get it sold in the States, but just know you don't have to. It's not necessary to go across the Atlantic. There's plenty of money to be made just in the local regions around Rwanda, okay? Now, there are many, many other reasons why Rwanda but I want to keep this video short, okay? So what are the three main opportunities for Rwanda? The first opportunity is going to be in agriculture, some sort of agribusiness, okay? The second opportunity is going to be some sort of real estate development, so commercial real estate, infrastructure projects, hotels, right? And then the third would be the tourism or even the medical tourism, which fits right under tourism, right? The tourism industry, okay? So we'll start with the easiest. I don't want to say the easiest because all of it is easy, but we'll start with the one with the less paperwork first, okay? The less paperwork to the most paperwork, okay? So the less paperwork, because all of them are easy, actually. All three, no matter what you choose, is going to be an easy process compared to other countries, okay? The first would be some sort of business in hospitality and tourism, okay? The easiest thing to do would be to offer your expertise as consulting, right? So when you're penetrating the Rwandan economy, you want to go after the people who have the buying power to afford your services so that your business is profitable, right? So you don't want to sell to the local market that, is making $500 a month or is making, barely $1,000 a month, who cannot afford your services, whatever it is that you're offering. You want to do business with the private sector, which would be business to business, and you want to do business with the government, and you want to do business with the local economies surrounding, such as Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and so on and so forth, okay? And so you can offer consulting to the government. You can offer consulting to the many, many different businesses that are already established in Rwanda and that are going to be established. Hotels, hospitality, you name it. They need you. They need your expertise, customer service, leadership, business, finance, whatever it is that you have an expertise in, spirituality, it doesn't matter. You will find your way as a consultant, and they will gladly pay you the real rates that you would charge in the States. You can charge those same rates in Rwanda, right? So if you were going to charge somebody $5K for a consulting package, you can definitely still charge that in Rwanda, but you're not charging that to the local people per se. You're like the individual, let me say that. The individuals, you're charging that to the enterprises, to the businesses, to the private sector who has the buying power, who has the spending power, okay? The second thing, the second level with less paperwork, actually the other two are the same amount of paperwork, would be some sort of real estate land, okay? So let's talk about land for residential, okay? So when you buy land, you can do agricultural, you can do residential, or you could do a little bit of both if it allows so, or you can always switch as well. Well, it's actually easier to switch from agricultural to residential than vice versa, but there's always loopholes to everything, okay? With that, obviously Rwanda, remember, they're trying to get more tourists into the country, and not just any tourists, high-end tourism. So that means we're going to need beds. We're going to need short-term rentals. We're talking Airbnbs. We're talking hotels, right? We're talking bed and breakfasts, retreat centers, and so on and so forth. And so Rwanda is looking for investors to come and build these things. As a matter of fact, I met with the Rwandan Development Board, and they want investors to come in and invest in 2 new 5-star hotels around Lake Kivu, which is one of the biggest lakes in Rwanda, okay? And it's one of the most popular lakes that you can do retreats and all sorts of things, go on safaris and so on. They're looking for investors to come in and build 2 5-star hotels. So it's a matter of time before somebody hops onto that opportunity. And now you have investment, you have consulting opportunities. You can go and consult those new hotels, okay? And then you can also invest in those new hotels, or anything, really. It doesn't even have to be those 2 hotels. It could be anything. And so buying residential land and building apartments on top of it is a very lucrative opportunity in Rwanda. And because they are focused on bringing tourists, you can, I don't want to say guarantee because there's no such thing, but you can be confident that your beds will be full, okay? And now, or your short-term rental or your residential home, whatever you decide to do. Now, the third opportunity, to me, in my opinion, this is not me giving you investment advice, but in my opinion, it's probably the most lucrative, would be agribusiness. Why? Because not only when you purchase the land is the land value going to go up, but you can also monetize the land, meaning unlike residential where you're basically renting the place, you can actually grow in-demand crops. Remember, they're looking to build more hotels and invite more tourists. So that means more hotels and more restaurants. Guess what? They're going to need fruits. They're going to be vegetables to feed the people, okay? So those are going to be your main customers. No, you're not going to go out into the market and try to sell fruits to the local person who can barely afford, can barely pay 50 cents for an apple, right? That's not what we're trying to do. We're going to sell to hotels. We're going to sell to restaurants. And so you want to grow in-demand fruits and vegetables, lettuce, carrots, potatoes. Cassava is really big in Rwanda, right? Maize, which is corn, the real corn. Maize, yeah, I say maize, right? Corn, hello, right? Beans, okay? All sorts of, and then of course fruits, papaya, watermelon, bananas, plantains, right? You can grow all these, and then you can grow exotic fruits such as dragon fruits and other exotic fruits that not only does the Rwandan market want, but also the neighboring countries in Kenya, Tanzania, and so on and so forth. And of course, even Dubai, okay? All right, I just keep saying Dubai because I want Dubai to be one of my customers, right? In one of my enterprises in Rwanda. So I keep saying that, I'm gonna speak it into existence. But yes, and then of course, the European market as well. You can grow, and also too, some of the land actually has a lot of the crystals, the quartz crystals. So you can even monetize some of those crystals, hire women to create jewelry out of them. There's so much opportunity when you get the agricultural land, okay? So when you get the agricultural land, what do the numbers look like? Well, depending on the types of fruits that you're gonna grow, we're looking at anywhere from $40,000 US to $60,000 in profits, right? And so with 1 acre, 1 acre of land could generate up to anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 a year in profits for you, okay? So, take that and multiply it, and you've got yourself some residual income, okay? So that's it for the first video. I'm gonna create a video specifically on the process to buying agricultural land, because like I said, in my opinion, that's the most lucrative opportunity, because that opportunity can dip into so many other sectors, right? You're already dipping into hotels, you're already creating those relationships. So if you're already selling them fruits and vegetables, you already have those numbers in your phone. And so you can consult them as well, right? So it's kind of a 2-for-1 type of thing. Same with the residential land. You would have had so much experience and connections and relationships that you may want to one day, you may understand the opportunities in real estate on a different level. So I think it's a great gateway to penetrate the Rwandan market. Start with a low investment, start making some money, and see where the relationships take you. That's one thing I love about Rwanda. Relationship building is big, and you're in a country where everybody looks like you. Okay, need I say more? All right, I think I'm gonna end the video there. Okay, all right, so next video I'm gonna talk about the process of buying land, and if you have questions, you can always ask me. See you later. Bye.